Hey, it's Patty Sampson, and today I'm going to show you how to connect your LionDesk account with your EXP kvCore website so that the leads can get into LionDesk if somebody happens to sign up on your website. Okay, so we have to do is do a connection between the two systems, kvCore and LionDesk, and we are going to use Zapier to do this. So let me take you through the steps. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to log into your, I'm looking over here because I have a bigger screen and I got bad eyes. So you're going to log into your kvCore backend, all right, and you're going to head over to the lead engine tab when you get there, okay? When you go there, you're going to head over here to choose lead source, okay? When you click on that, it's going to take you into a location right here where it says Zapier key, all right? We want you to copy this right now because we're going to need this in a few minutes, okay? Now, you're going to have to connect what we call it's called Zapier because it's a tool that is built to connect two different types of softwares and create all kinds of different things. Without going into a long drawn out reason how to use Zapier, I'm just going to walk you through how to connect this, and then you can go and explore other things that you can do in Zapier later, but right now this is just the coolest thing. So you're going to copy that key and it's going to save it to a clipboard, and then I want you to go up here where it says what is this? Okay, I am brand new myself to kvCore, but a long-time LionDesk user, and so I just walked myself through this a minute ago, and before I did it all, I thought I'm just going to go ahead and record it. Okay, so now what do we need to do? You're basically going to scroll down through here, and I want you to get down where it says get the kvCore Zap link, okay, and I want you to click right here. It's actually going to take you to a kvCore private link to connect to get you into Zapier. It's going to dump you over there immediately. All right. So now you're in the software called Zapier or Zapier. I still don't know how to say it. It's funny. But anyway, so we're going to head over here. And now what we have to do is just follow these steps. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is connect our kvCore into Zapier so that the system knows that it's my account from kvCore, right? And so that code, that key that I copied is specific to my account. And when you copy your own, you're going to have yours specific to your account, okay? So now I'm going to go over here and click Save and Continue, and I'm going to click on Connect Account. Now when I go here, it's going to ask me, a little pop-up window is going to come up, and it's going to ask me to plug my key in. And I'm going to go yes and continue. And if all goes well, it's going to work, okay? Crossing my fingers, okay? Because again, I'm going through this for the first time, okay? I'm going to go ahead and click test to make sure that it worked. And if it does, it's going to say success. Okay, good. So I've got that set up. Now, one thing you could do, I mean, if you wanted to, you could come in here and put, like, my name's Patty. I could go Patty's kvCore. You know, I could do that. And I would only really be concerned about this if I had more than one kvCore account in here. But right now, I'm just going to stick with that. All right. So now I'm going to go save and continue. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to pull in a lead and we need to pull in a sample. So your choice is to go over to your website and actually create a sample, but this thing will pull in some fake ones for us if you don't have any. If you've already had leads come into the system, it should automatically identify that there's leads. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and leave this pulled in 2 seconds ago. I don't have the slightest clue what it pulled in right now, but I'm going to go ahead and hit continue because we need to send a sample through the whole system to make sure that it's going to work. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and click continue. Now it's saying your Zap currently lacks an action step. Well, what that means is the action is connecting it to LionDesk. So we're going to go over here and we're going to click on add a step. All right. And I'm going to go action search. Okay. And if all goes well, I'm going to be able to come over here. If you've never set up one before, you're going to click in this box right here, and you're going to start typing in LionDesk, okay? Now, I've already done it, so it's right here, but I'm going to go ahead and click on it here because it's showing up, and I'm going to pick out LionDesk. All right. Now, usually when we're doing this, we're setting it up because we want a new lead to dump into LionDesk. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Create a New Contact because that's what I want kvCore to do. When a lead signs up on my kvCore site, I want it to go and dump in the LionDesk. So I'm just going to say Create a New Lead in LionDesk. Okay, so I'm going to hit Create New Contact, Save and Continue. All right, now I need to go through. Now I already have an account with Zapier, and it just occurred to me that if you don't have an account already set up in here or have never done it once, you might need to do that, and that skipped the step because I had already had an account set up. It already knew that. So you may have to sign up first, or as you're going through the process, it might force you to sign up. So I don't know what your experience will be, but you either sign up ahead. Just try doing it first and see if it takes you through the sign up process. It probably will. Now, what I have to do is I got to go down and locate the account that I want to put this into. Okay, so this is my personal LionDesk account. It just so happens I do a lot of work for agents, and I help agents all over the country with their LionDesk account, their drip campaigns. So I have a lot of different agent stuff in here, including my own. But this particular one happens to be my real estate account that I have in LionDesk. So I'm going to go ahead and just run a test and make sure that's working. So there's going to be a step that you're going to have to take, because if you don't already have a LionDesk account set up in here, you're going to want to go down and connect an account. So let me take you through that step really quick. Okay, so we're going to click on Connect Account. Now, do you remember how we grabbed the key from LionDesk, I'm sorry, from kvCore? Well, we have to do the same thing in LionDesk. We need to go find the key for that. So I'm going to go over there and show you where to find it. So I am in my LionDesk account right now, and I'm going to go over to third-party integrations, okay? Now, when I get over here, because we need to connect Zapier into LionDesk, you're going to go down and you're going to look for Zapier, and it's not alphabetical, FYI. So find it. And then mine is already enabled, but you're going to want to enable yours. And when you do, see how this goes? Let me just click on this top one so you can see what's going to happen. When you get down to Zapier, you're going to click on enable, and this key is going to pop up, right? And so I'm just going to disable it. So I got that, and that's what this was. When I did that, that's my key, right? So I'm going to go ahead and copy that key, right? And then I'm going to go back over to Zapier, and I got to do the exact same thing. By the way, it's floating around in a window, so if you get over here and you don't find it, minimize your screen and go find it, okay? So let's go ahead now and pop that in here, and then click yes and continue, okay? Now I'm not going to do this again because I already got it in here. But go ahead and click yes and continue. Now when you do that, you should have your new account open. Ignore all of this right here. Actually, I was learning a new song. I'm a singer, so that's what you see. I'm trying to learn my music. Okay, all right, let's get back over here. Now it should now show up here. If you've never set an account up, this should be the only thing you see is your LionDesk account, and it probably just says LionDesk account or something like that, okay? But you can click on here and make it more personalized if you want. You don't have to if this is the only thing you're going to do in here. So I went ahead and did that, and now what I have to do is send it through. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save and continue. So you just make sure you pick that out of the list. Now this is the cool part, all right? So leads are coming in, and so what we need to do is map the information that you're getting from kvCore when someone signed up into the right fields in LionDesk, okay? So what we're going to do is see what kind of test data came through, and we're going to match this up. So this is all the LionDesk fields that we're going to load into, and when I click on this, it's going to pull up everything that was pulled from the kvCore test, okay? So it just turns out that I did run a test on a house in Scottsdale on the purchase side of this. So this is actually a seller lead, okay? So, but it didn't actually ask, let's see if I even got to the point where it asked for a first name. That's a good question. So I may have to put a pause on this and go run a test in here for a buyer lead because it didn't pull it in. Oh, okay, well, here's what we're gonna do. This is probably not the cleanest of clean because of the way this worked. It looks to me like because this was a seller lead, and I didn't go through the whole process of putting all my contact information in there. It's actually pulling in into the first name field, the address, because I did a kind of a what's my home worth. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this easier because I don't want to get us all messed up on a seller lead right now. I'm going to put a pause and come back and do a buyer lead test instead of this, because I want to make sure that I got a buyer lead coming through. So it makes a little bit more sense right now until I understand how the seller tool works. So let's put a hold on this for a second, and then I'll come back and finish this up. Okay, so let me see if I can move this thing up so I can put a hold on it. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, very good. So I just went back into my kvCore site and saved a home, and so I could get a decent test. So when I did that, I'm just going to show you too that I could go in here and actually check this. So I went in and pulled in another test. So what I did was I went back up here and I went to Patty's kvCore. I'm sorry, I went to new lead and then kvCore, and then I went to test the setup. And when I did that, I asked it to see more samples. Okay, when I clicked on that, it gave me some options, and I just pulled in the most recent one, not one of these older ones. I pulled in the most recent one, and then I hit continue. Okay, when I hit continue now, I'm skipping back down here. And not to confuse you, because I did really want this to go smoothly, but because I wanted to pull in the right thing, that I actually had a buyer lead. So let's then, now that we've done the test, I'm going to go ahead to continue. And I already have the connection with LionDesk, so I've already added that, and you saw that, okay? So now I'm going to, I created the new contact. That's what I wanted to do, is pass Patty's account. That's what I'm doing. And now I'm at the edit template screen again, okay? So now, when I did this, it now is pulling in the last test that I did. So if you have to test yourself, make sure that that's how you do it. You can go back and just keep testing if you want to add in other tests. So later, when you want to add in a seller test, you can go back and do that. Again, I haven't gone through the whole seller process, login stuff, so I'm not sure how it all works, so I didn't want to show you that yet, okay, until I get it figured out. But I will, I'm going to get it figured out. All right, so now I'm going to map the first name and stuff. So when I put the information in, here it shows up, okay? So what I'm doing is mapping the first name into the first name field. I'm mapping the last name into the last name field. So this way, when the information comes in, it'll dump right into LionDesk, right? I'm going to go email address. So I did add my email. That was another email. And you know what? It did ask for my phone. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the phone. I didn't ask for birthday. That wasn't anything that was included. Now, let's see what else might show up. I did inquire about a house. So let's see if it pulled any information about that. So what we'll do is I'm just going to go through here and see if it actually shows lead details link. So maybe I want to add that. Let me just see what else is pulling as I go through. So I think I could conceivably put this link right in the address bar if you wanted to. You could also stick it in the notes if you want to. So I think for right now, let's just for fun, let's put it there. I'm going to put it in a couple spots, okay? I don't really have anything else here that I want to add. If you want to add some tags, you can. You can actually pick out tags that you already have. Excuse me. Allergies, sorry. You could pick out tags that you already have. If so, you want to get over there and get some tags put into LionDesk in the settings. I think right now I'm not going to put any tag in at all. I don't necessarily care about tags at this moment. But I do want my source in here. Now, I had already gone into LionDesk and added in a source in the settings. And if you don't know how to do that, you're going to go over to the settings, click on settings, and go to LionDesk. And then what I did, because I want to make sure this is a buyer lead, I did put kvCore buyer lead. I added kvCore buyer. Okay, so that's what I'm going to put this in as a source, so I can make sure that the drip campaign goes on right. Now, I can't tell you right now if this is really going to work right when a seller lead comes in, because I got to mess with that for a bit. But right now, if you're only getting buyer leads, this should work fine. Okay. Thing is, if you have buyers and sellers coming in here, it might get a little convoluted. So until I can get to the bottom of that, right now, let's just pretend we're only getting buyer leads, and then we'll worry about what happens later when I get that part figured out. Okay. So right now, let's go ahead and call this kvCore buyer lead. So go ahead and add that into your LionDesk account, kvCore buyer. I get a lot of sources. Now, you can only put one field in each of these things up here. However, in the notes, you can actually add more than one thing in the notes. That's the only thing that'll let you add more than one thing in. So if there's anything in here anything else you want to pull in, so I might want to say direct website, like somebody came directly in my website. That conceivably could also be the contact source, right, if I wanted it to be. But I'm going to go ahead and just put direct website here until I get this figured out even further. It's still not clear whether this is a buyer or seller in here, so that's why I'm not sure about this yet, okay? What else? I can add more than that in. So maybe I want to go in here and plug this back in again, so I could. So one of the things that I've been known to do is I could put landing page sign up, landing page opt-in or something like that. So this would be actually, you can type in here and then put in what that was. So when you look at it, you'll know what the heck you're looking at, right? And so it'll come in to your notes section like that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and add that in. I don't think there was anything else that I didn't already pull in that I care about to put in the notes, okay? The key is you want to make sure you get first name, last name, email, and phone in all of the right locations, because you are doing this to be able to turn on a drip campaign, okay, when you're in LionDesk. And the most important thing is getting a source in here automatically, because the only way LionDesk will know which campaign to turn on automatically is based on the source. So if this sits empty, you're going to be screwed. You've got to have something in here. So make sure you got the source in your LionDesk account matches the source here in on your Zapier. Okay, these two have to match, right? And so I've already added it. So it's here, okay? If for some reason you get to this point and you haven't added it, you can go back to LionDesk and add it, and then you'll need to come down here and check LionDesk to reload in the new choices. So if you've done it after the fact, you can come in here and load it again. So, okay? Don't get too confused. This isn't that hard. Okay. All right, let's continue now. And now it should all be working fine. So what it's going to do now is say send a test. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and send the test. So this test should dump into my LionDesk account. And you hear it coming in? That's probably a notice from LionDesk telling me that the lead came in. Let me take a look. And hopefully it worked. Yeah, it's telling me I have a new lead, and it told me exactly where it came from. And actually, interesting, this is the source. Actually, you know what? That is not it. That was from, that was actually the sign up that came through kvCore, so that's what that is. But I should get another notice here shortly that it did come into LionDesk, so we'll see how, it might take a minute or two to finish. Oh wait, I actually have to finish it. Let's finish it. All right, so I'm going to hit finish. Now, what I want you to do is my first zap with kvCore, so that's kind of exciting, but I'm actually going to go kvCore buyer lead to LionDesk. Right now, I'm going to call it that. You need to name it something, okay? And then if you have folders set up like I do, I have real estate stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and add it to my team stuff, and then I'm going to turn it on. Now when I do this, hopefully the lead will go through, okay? The test, remember, the test won't go through until you finish this process, okay? It should come through. All right, now we're not done though, okay? If you want the drip campaign to go on, you need to go back into LionDesk and take one more step, okay? So we're gonna head over to LionDesk, and if you want your drip campaign to go on, the first thing you want to do before you start this whole process and start doing any lead advertising, whatever, make sure you get a drip campaign set up in here specific to your ad, okay? That is my pet peeve, and when I talk to people that are out there paying for leads and then they don't have their campaign set up and it's not sending what the people signed up to get. So if you're using kvCore to advertise, make sure that you have a decent campaign. So you can either set it up straight in kvCore, which by the way I haven't even done yet, or you can do it here in LionDesk. If you've already had a LionDesk account, just dump it all in here and you can get your campaigns. Now, here's a tip, all right? I have campaigns. This is what I do for a living. On top of my real estate, I focus, the majority of my career now focused on helping agents to convert more of their leads. So I already have pre-built campaigns. So I would give you one of my campaigns if it's something you're interested in. Well, there is a cost to it, but it'll be worth it. And you get the campaigns and then you clone the campaign. So if you've got a buyer campaign, we're going to clone it and we're going to change a couple of things that come out of the system to be specific to that lead, whatever the ad is, to make sure that we're sending out, there's the notice from LionDesk that it came through. Okay, I'm sure it is. Okay, so what we need to do is have this campaign. Yeah, there is my lead. It all came through. How beautiful is that? So that just came into LionDesk, so we know it's working. And I can go and check it too. But anyway, so we want to make sure the campaign's ready to go. So but really, ideally, you've got that set up before you even start any of this Zapier connection. But okay, we're doing it now. We have the campaign. So now in order to finalize this, to make sure the campaign goes on right, we're going to go ahead and go down and click on this because we need to now tell it when a lead comes in from this lead to what campaign to turn on. All right, so I'm going to go down and make this just this is just going to be a generic buyer campaign. So I'm going to scoot down. Now this is alphabetical. So click the drop down and click on Zapier. All right. Now we're going to add a new lead routing. All right. And then the source is going to be, what do you think? You guessed it, the kvCore buyer. So we're going to go down to the kvCore buyer, and these should be in alphabetical order. There it is, kvCore buyer, right? Now, I'm just going to put a generic buyer campaign on that I have. So let's find online buyer campaign. Use this one. Let's just go ahead and use that, okay? It's just standard right now because I don't really know where this person came in from, and I'm just going to start sending them listings back. Well, the system's going to start sending them listings anyway, so I don't really have to worry too much about my drip campaign doing it, even though I do build it into my campaigns. Now, if I had a team, which it turns out I do, I would add it to my team for a rollout, but for the purpose of this training, I'm just going to go ahead and click individual right now and then save the lead routing. So that means the lead is going to come into me, a drip campaign's go on automatically out of the system, and it should work just fine, okay? So that all being said, that was the whole process. I know it sounded like a lot, but that was me learning. I literally learned this in this training. I did, okay? So I literally learned it. So realistically, this shouldn't be too hard. If I just put my email address in here, now the thing is I was probably already in here, so that being said, everything's not going to look the way it should, but there's the KV buyer came in. It did give me my original name I had in here, which was a test. So that's how I always know it. So I should be able to click on this and see all the action that has happened since the new lead came in. So you can see here it is right here. Now the campaign hasn't gone on, and the reason it didn't go on is twofold. Well, one is that this I just set it up after the lead came in, so it wasn't turned on to go on. So once a lead comes in, if it's not set up, it's not going to work, okay? The other reason is I've unsubscribed from other training that I've done in here, so I unsubscribed. But here's the other thing to know about LionDesk currently is that if you already have the lead in the system, it's not going to know to turn the campaign on automatically a second time. It says it might have already had a campaign go on at the time it first came in. So if the lead already existed, it'll merge it like it did here, but it's not going to turn another campaign on. So just FYI on that, just some side information. But if that happens, that doesn't stop you from coming in here and manually turning the campaign on, you know, so you just come in here and manually turn it on. And if you see it come in on your phone, make sure you come and cross-reference it and then come down and turn on whatever campaign it is you want to turn on. So I can turn it back on right here, right? Add it. I'm not going to, because I really don't want to be communicated by myself. So, all right, so that I know that was a lot of information, but if you go back and follow what I just did step by step, I'm very optimistic that you're not going to have any issues. But before you start the process so you don't have the issue I had, make sure you have a lead in your kvCore. And it could be any lead that might have signed up. It will show up. If you have never used your site before, like me, then you might want to go in and just go in and find a house and then save it. You know, go to your website. I don't even know if my site's up. Okay, go to your site and then save it. You know, like pick on it and set save. And when you do that, it's going to force you to register, and that'll get you started. Okay, and at least you get the whole process going. So you've got a good lead test. Okay, so start that first before you do anything else. All right. All right, I hope that helps. My name is Patty Sampson, and if you guys don't know me, I am actually I'm a real estate broker in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area, and I also provide services for agents to help you automate and organize your businesses. So that's my big thing, okay? So my deal is that I want to make sure that you are not wasting money buying leads and just like going out and creating business for yourself and then not having a follow-up plan. Okay, so I'm going to offer you two options here to join my group. So I have two groups, two free groups, plus I have training if you're at all interested. So Drip Campaign Mastery for Real Estate Pros. Just go into Facebook and look for it. And then you can also go over to EXP, and I just built a brand new group the other night, so it's a little quiet in there right now because I just built it. But you know, have some have some patience, because what this video is going to end up in there, just like other things that I'm going to do, right? So click on, type in the word kvCore Drip Campaign Mastery, and you will find me in my group, and just ask to be invited in. I set the group up just 2 nights ago, already have 21 members somehow found me. So go ahead and ask to join, and I'll let you in, and then I'll be able to help you out. So what I focus on is not going to be how to really use your kvCore site so much. It's really going to be how to use your drip campaign stuff. So I am going to go in there and actually put my campaigns in kvCore so I can learn how to do it in there. So the LionDesk thing is just a side thing if it's something you want to do, because it's a little more souped up of a CRM, but it's not necessary. You can build your campaigns up in kvCore. The problem for me is that I can't share them with anybody, which means I do have them in a Word version if you want to copy and paste them into your account, or if you want help to copy them, paste them into your kvCore account, you can do it. If you get a LionDesk account, there is a free, you can get a free version of it, and I'm going to post the link down below for you to sign in for a free version, and you can test it out. All my campaigns are in there, so you could just get a code from me and then join my groups and stuff like that. And then I'm working on, like, I have a kit right now on how to use LionDesk. And I would suggest that if you're going to get serious and really do that, that you can definitely get looped into that. All right. So if you want to learn more about that, just go over to the Drip Campaign Mastery group and click on the units after you get signed in, and you can see all the help. I have a strategy session that I explain it. So if you're interested in that, and then I'm working on finishing up a Jumpstart workshop that I'm going to go live with here in very, very, very soon. So join the groups and learn more about this stuff. It's really interesting, and I think the key is that the money is in the follow-up, you guys. And if you don't have good follow-up, or you're just not comfortable with the stuff or CRM tools that you're using currently, you really need to get something better. And if you don't want to reinvent a wheel, the easiest thing you could do is hook up with LionDesk, because the campaign's already done and all the training is done in the CRM tool in there. But, excuse me, I'm dealing with allergies here. I really apologize. But if you want that extra help, I will be working on building probably a digital course with the kvCore LionDesk connection, because that's what I focus on. I do not work for LionDesk. I am just a high-powered third-party value provider for LionDesk. So when people ask for extra help, they can get it this way. So in this case, you're going to be learning right along with me in kvCore, and because I'm still trying to learn it and how to connect everything correctly in LionDesk as well. And I am going to continue to use LionDesk, and I'm going to be working on getting some leads out of kvCore as well. So let's see what happens. All right. Anyway, this should be fun, and I look forward to helping people out in this. This is a whole new world for me as of April 30th, 2019. Just changed my brokerage. I was in a local brokerage here for the last number of years, and decided I really wanted to roll out into some bigger, better things and help people across the country. So anyway, I look forward to helping you out. So get into the groups and reach out. I've got all opportunities for help over here, because I know all of this related to trying to keep your database cleaned up through setting up right campaigns, through connecting everything, integrating everything, lead distribution to your team, and then mining your database for the gold. That's what I like to focus on, because I hate to see you waste your time on a CRM that is just a mass of humanity and then not really use it to identify your hot business. I'm going to show you how to do that by using your drip campaigns and your website. So before I go, I'm going to do one last thing. I'm going to run a search for something. North Phoenix luxury homes. Okay, I'm just doing a general search. Now, what you're going to find is my other website. Okay, but what I'm doing is showing you that I used my drip campaign and my website to get on the first page of Google organically. Okay, so that's an ad and that's an ad. And this is Patty right here. I got here in 4 months using my drip campaign. This is an ad. This is organically here, okay? And I'm going to show you something else. This was for my niches, okay? So I'm going to type in the word affordable, and you guys can run this search too. I started buying leads in this area many years ago. I've not bought leads for at least 2 years now, and I'm still on the first page of Google because I keep driving people back to my site using my drip campaign and LionDesk, okay? So look. There I am again, ad, there I am again, okay? So that is really cool. Now I'm gonna do one more thing, because these are my niches, right? North Phoenix, bargain. Let's do that. Bargain homes, let's see what happens now. Go ahead and run the search, look at that. It's the only organic, there's no ads, but there's on the top at the organic. And these are pages that I built on my website, and we can do it in kvCore. So eventually I'll get over and do it on kvCore, but right now this is my old site and I'm still using it because of this. And eventually I'm going to find some other niches for my other website, and that other website then hopefully will get on the first page of Google for the other niches that I plan to focus on. So if you want to learn more about how I did this, then you need to join my groups and get a part of what it is I do. Check out the strategy session, and we are at 30 minutes on this training, which is where I wanted to be, and I'm going to stop right now because I could go on for hours because I'm going to focus on landing pages and all that fun stuff eventually. But right now, I got to figure out how to hook this up, so that's what I did right in front of your eyes. But that's what I do. I got a special power for my CRMs. I don't know what it is, but I love it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Tune in for more stuff in the groups, and I look forward to seeing you in there. Have a great one. Thank you so much for taking the time. Bye.